Bishop Odedeji gives insight on acceptable service at investiture of Guild of Stewards President. The Bishop of Diocese of Lagos West of the Anglican Communion, the Right Reverend Olusola Odedeji, has observed that not all services are acceptable to God, no matter the magnitude of the service. Odedeji made this known on Sunday, May 29, while delivering a sermon at the investiture of the President and induction of executive officers of the Guild of Stewards of the Diocese. The stewards are church workers charged with the maintenance of law and order during the service in the Anglican Church. They are often seen at the entrance points of churches in the communion. They are also in charge of collecting offerings in the church. They are the equivalent of ushers in some other churches. At the ceremony which held at the Archbishop Vining Memorial Cathedral Church, Ikeja, Odedeji said, while some services are acceptable to God, some are not. He said God also makes choices in the kind of service he accepts. Making reference to the book of Romans 12, 1 and 2, Odedeji said, we have services and we have services. While some services are acceptable, some are unacceptable because God has choices. He has standard. That is why some are acceptable and some are not. Citing the example of Cain and Abel in the Bible, the Anglican Bishop said, in the past, services were rejected by God. Cain offered something to God. We don't know the quality of what he offered, but God rejected it. The Bible did not say what he offered was bad. It is just that God did not accept it. But God accepted that of Abel, his brother. God first looks at a man before he looks at what the man is offering. Our lives will either make or mar our services to God. Services are acceptable when God is pleased with the person rendering the service. Our acceptability has to do with our lives. Our services will receive the approval of the owner of the work based on the kind of life we live. He noted that everybody has opportunity to serve, but not everyone uses it profitably. There is nobody who does not have talents, but it is not the talent that matters, but the service we are able to render with it and our lifestyle. God will not ask you what he has not given you. Whatever God has freely deposited in your life will be required of you in the last day. The man who got one talent, according to the parable of the talent as read in the Bible, was filled with jealousy. He refused to render service with that one talent. At the end of the day, he forfeited his portion. The Anglican bishop then went on to give the qualities of acceptable service before God. According to him, before any service will be acceptable, such service has to be dedicated to God and must be done joyfully. You don't serve God with grudge. You have to be excited while doing it. You also have to do it willingly and heartily. He reasoned that whatever is not worth dying for is not for the Lord. You must be willing to give your all and work with the whole of your heart in whatever you do for the Lord. Your service to God must not have any ulterior motive, he said. Odedeji chided those who infer that some people are getting something. That is why they are showing a lot of zeal in God's vineyard. This is a bad mindset, he said, adding, some people are just not comfortable with people who give their all. They always believe that that person is gaining something. They don't believe people can render service selflessly. He then urged the stewards not to relent in their service, noting that God is their reward. Please do not mind these covers. You are not being paid for what you do, but you are being lifted by God in various endeavors. God is the one paying you. While we are doing God's work, God is settling our homes. You are on the payroll of God, he said. The Anglican cleric further counseled the stewards to stay away from discouragement. If you are waiting for people's commendation, you will be disappointed. When criticism is constructive, learn from it. When it is damaging, throw it away. Know this, if you are going on a journey and you don't have any opposition, it sure means you are traveling with the devil. There is nothing good being done for God that will not face opposition, he said. He also called on the stewards to be accountable to God, while also adding that God's vision will not lack God's provision. You must serve God with accountability in view. You are accountable to God. Your services